back in live, back in rotation. I'm on the way up to my little special bench with the best connection. So yeah, it's good to tap in. For those dropping in from the playback, or those that drop in on the live, you know, tapping in Find Blader Z. I'm gonna try to fix on the ads on the description and title later because it didn't let me do it when I was editing the beginning. But
Oh, nice.
yeah, you guys go find Blader Z, YouTube and TikTok. Oh, the Wise Tiger. The
Bro, he just chilling. Big chilling.
Claw. Yeah. How's it been though, man? How's the blading journey
Pretty good,
and whatnot?
dude.
Yeah.
TikTok is 415 followers now. So that's been popping
415.
off really nicely. Yep.
That's good.
Um, excited about the organizer status. Need
Oh
to
yeah.
retake my test for the judge certification again at some point, either today or like maybe tomorrow or something.
How does
Basically, you
that
get
work?
like,
Like it's multiple choice, you said?
yeah, it's multiple choice. It's all based on everything that they have on the judging list that they gave out, the
Mm,
rule list or whatever. So it's more so the fact that I just kind of thought, hey, I could figure it out. I'll get it done first try. Now I got like
right.
a 57 is my score, like 57%.
That sounds good though. I mean, 57 is better than like you know close to 20 or something. You know what I mean? That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, it could have been worse for sure.
Like you're over 50.
And
That's
it's
kind of
not
good.
like I need to get the judge certification anytime soon. That's
Yeah.
more just like semantics if I want to be judging an event that I'm running.
I think it's nice to have more judges, even though we have a lot.
Yeah.
That'd be
No,
good.
more judges is a great thing because then it speeds up all the events and just makes things run a lot smoother.
That's pretty cool.
Plus, the
I'm
more
happy. I'm
people who
happy because
know the rules, like the better, honestly.
right. I'm happy because like you and then some other people and well, one other person in the Portland scene finally got approved, and then I think there's two other people, according to Chief Bongo, that are gonna get
Yeah,
or
no.
trying, I guess, right? So that's pretty cool.
Yep. And then Pokedronzer in the Seattle
Oh yeah,
scene, they also got approved.
yeah.
Um, same day I did. And then Liliana's also going for it, so that's really cool.
Or they're
Hopefully
waiting on the status.
Liliana gets theirs back.
Yeah.
It's just like really nice knowing that a bunch of people are going to be able to either set up events now or at least help out at the events that are set up
Hmm.
already. So we just have like more availability and stuff. You know?
That kind of helps out. I think us grabbing all those new spots too will help. You know, like those new like Tay Boogie has a community center, which is really good. And
Yeah, dude, that's gonna be sick.
yeah, he approved the 26. He was asking me, "Does you want me to just put it on the books now?" I was like, "I guess
Like,
so."
hell yeah, bro, put it on there.
So yeah, one to
Get that
five.
shit
So we'll
set
be
up.
over there. Yeah. So I can't wait for that.
I'll
A
have
lot
to
of good
see if I
news.
can make it down to Tacoma for that, but
Yeah,
never know.
it's like exactly a month from now.
Right.
So I'll for sure make it. But he has access to all the rooms, which is good.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It's funny. I was about to grab a coffee too, but I'm like, do I need it right now? I don't know if I need it, but
Bro, I've been up
we'll see.
since like what 6 o'clock this morning, 6:30.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I had to take the wife to work and then
Uh,
baby over to daycare, so I ended up being up way earlier than I wanted to.
6 is crazy though. Yeah. I woke up about 5 the other
That's
day.
pretty normal.
Yeah, it's pretty normal. Hollow X was good.
Hey, Hollow X, thank you for the love of the
MVP,
mask.
Hollow.
This is actually just my like starter mask. This is a piece
Yeah.
of crap that I got
The
out of.
final
Hold
match is
on,
being
where,
finalized.
dude? It's gonna be so sick. I cannot wait for
Yeah.
that.
I saw the thing for that. Hollow
This
X tap
mask,
in with Blader Z as well.
this shit came out of this magazine right here.
Oh,
It was
really?
it was a
That's
Blader
funny. I didn't
X
think about
like
that.
cardboard mask, bro.
I did not think about that.
Yeah, and then I was like, "Oh, hold on, I'm gonna make this goofy as hell." I like crossed out the X and made it a Z.
Yeah.
It's like this is great. This thing will be perfect for whenever I go on live,
I like that though. Yeah.
right? It's got its own little flair to it. It's cool. I could have made the Z a little bit bigger, but I don't know.
That's all right.
I guess I
Yeah,
just kind of rushed it.
I didn't
I
know they
wanted
had
it
those
to
little
look like a
cutouts.
rush
So.
job anyway.
Hmm.
Yeah, dude, I wasn't expecting it when I bought the magazine. I was like, okay, I just want my Phoenix feather, man. That's all I care about.
Well, it was in the Coro one.
Yeah. I'm gonna get another one of those actually soon, so I'm hyped.
Yeah.
I gotta get the Piccolo sticker on there,
Oh yeah.
and then get the pendant thing so I can wear it around.
Yeah, it's funny. I've been waiting. You know, it's funny. I was trying to reach out to Red. I just feel like Red's been busy with life, man. I don't want to bug him too
Yeah,
much. He hasn't got back to anyone, but there's other people that 3D print in the community, so that's kind of good.
the Z was a banger. Thank you. Z is always gonna be a banger, bro. It's all about that Z life, Z
Yeah,
crew.
so I thought about that with the ZA, like watching the little trailer. I was
Oh yep.
was like, okay, that's interesting. I didn't realize it was a rank system from Z to A. I
Yeah. No, I was like, oh, okay. I guess that makes sense why it's ZA now.
was like, that makes sense to me. That threw me off,
Yeah.
but I get it.
I'm sure there'll be more to it as well. As Pokemon does, they'll give you a little nugget of information that ends up being way bigger than it was, when it was first released.
Right.
I am a little bit upset that we didn't get to see a single new Mega Evolution in that entire trailer.
Mhm.
That kind of sucked. Um, but it's still really exciting. I know that we're still going to get a lot more information before it comes out. So it's like, I can't be too mad. It's not like no need to
Yeah.
rush it yet.
I was gonna say
But
Hollow X. I look forward to it. You know, I guess in terms of how I feel about it, I don't really know yet.
yeah,
But
I
if
don't
it's
know
anything
either.
like
Because,
Arceus, it'll be good. I think.
yeah, if it's like Arceus, it'll be good for sure. I hope that we get a decent pool of Pokemon to work with because it seems
Right.
very limited at the point right now. Um,
Need a
but,
lot of updates and stuff.
yeah, we'll see. It'll
Yeah.
probably be much better than what we're expecting, seeing as how much time they've actually spent on it instead of just rushing right into it like they have with past games.
Yeah.
Yes, we definitely need more megas, bro. More megas are a must.
Mega Evolutions. They gotta add, and it's also based in the future technically. So it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah, it's like slightly after the black and or X and Y games.
so they have to
So
have you know, some stuff that will reference the future. I don't know if they're gonna show like the Iron Hands cameos and stuff like that. I don't know if that'll be there, but we'll see.
yeah, I don't know if we'll get any paradox type stuff going on because I think that's
Sure.
gonna stay within the realm of Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah.
Um, but
You know,
who
it's funny
knows? They
though,
might be transferable at least.
because you know how like what is it Scarlet Violet Spain, right? And then
Yeah.
X and Y is like France.
hmm
So it's interesting because as countries they are actually pretty close to each other. I wonder if there will be some kind of correlation to that. I don't know if they will or not, but
I mean, I would hope so because honestly, one of the biggest issues that people have with like Scarlet and Violet is how that top right corner of the map is like
oh
looks
yeah,
like it should be something, and it would be like the connecting area in between those two areas.
so that connects to
So
France.
yeah, that would connect to France, aka Kalos, and the
Yep.
in that, but it would also be like a buffer zone because it's not. I forget what place it actually is.
Yeah.
In real life. But yeah, so there is a chance that we get something like that. But I think it
Hmm.
would be like DLC down the line or something, maybe. Or it would be similar to it was in Legends, where it opened up like a random area towards the end or whatever.
Hmm. That has me thinking too. Hollow X
Dude,
says I like
Ultra
how the Ultra
Beast
Beast
in the games
returns
and
to
never brought
games.
up again.
Yeah, that's crazy. And it's interesting because like because it was the Hawaiian game, they are closer to like Kanto and Johto pretty much. So there should be a relation on Pacific there, but we'll see if that gets brought up ever again.
Yeah,
They were fun
Ultra
though.
Beast.
Those are fun. There's like 10 of them.
I think there's more than 10 Ultra Beasts, but yeah, they were
Yeah,
interesting. They
it's like
had
a
some really
dozen.
crazy stat builds, so
It's like a dozen legendaries basically
yeah,
that they added. I said look crazy. Ah, there we go.
just to be like, eh, who cares? We
Hmm.
don't need them.
Yeah, I think
But we'll keep the beast balls. Those are cool. Beast balls are
right.
sick.
Yeah, that was a really good Pokeball. Yeah.
But then they make it so hard to catch anything with a beast ball that isn't a beast Pokemon. It's like,
Mhm.
okay.
I do miss that era because it was like right after XY, and then I think around that same time because my niece was like able to have her own DS, so
Mhm.
I was able to get her on Sun and Moon, and then she was like a kid, so she didn't really know how to play it at the time, but it was like really fun to have everyone involved in that same
Yeah.
period.
I mean, I think it was a great time, honestly, for Pokemon.
Pokemon Ultra, yeah. Hollow X Base says they could have made a whole sideshow with them, call it Pokemon Ultra. They could
Yeah,
have,
they
man.
could have.
They really could have. That'd have been good
Especially
too.
with the like multi-reality type stuff that they were bringing in at that time.
Yeah.
Even in the show, they had a alternate reality type version of Ash, basically, that used a
That's funny.
Zeraora. And that was honestly how they introduced Zeraora into the show, which was really cool.
Mm,
Uh, but he came into their world to stop the Ultra Beast from coming and destroying it like it was in his future. It was like some future Trunks type shit.
right. I was gonna say that's
And
funny.
like they could have definitely kept going on that route, but I think it was probably a little bit too mature for Pokemon, so they had to back down from that.
Yeah.
Whatever,
Yeah.
you
Future
know.
Trunks Ash is a little crazy, but I get it. That seems fun. I think for us it seems fun.
Yeah,
Maybe the 5-year-old was getting kind of scared watching it. Like, bro, what's
honestly,
going
dude,
on?
the Guzzlord episode was terrifying.
Yeah. Guzzlord's already scary
Where
enough.
Deoxys could have made a comeback and he really an Ultra Beast the whole time.
You know what?
Deoxys
Yeah.
being an Ultra Beast, I could see that. Like it
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yoshis was kind of crazy back then too. Like I remember like the whole event at Seattle Center that my friends were telling me about, and I missed it that summer. Yeah, my mom took me there, and there was an event. If you had your cartridge with you, you could unlock that island where you could just move the little triangle around. And then like
Yeah,
they walk you through it. It was crazy. I missed the
dude,
whole thing.
I never got to do that. I didn't have what was it? I think it was Fire Red and Leaf Green is when
Yep.
that happened. I
Yeah.
think at that point in time I didn't ever get Fire Red and Leaf Green because I was either I can't remember what was going on in my life right then at that point, but like
You
I
in the
didn't
process of
have
moving.
anything to do it. Yeah. I mean,
Mm,
my parents were moving around a lot when I was a kid, so it
yeah.
was pretty common that we would be moving from house to house, and like we'd
Right.
fucking lose shit. We'd either have to sell a bunch of stuff or whatever. Like, so it was like never really know if I was going to be able to get the next games in the line or even have my console for the next
I
game.
man, I remember like Fire Red Leaf Green. Me and my brother were looking so much forward to that. I remember he pre-ordered both of them for
Yeah,
me, and he made sure he had because he made sure I got Fire Red, and then he made sure he got Leaf Green because he was always like the Bulbasaur Venusaur guy. But we're pretty much a Bulbasaur household, honestly. But
yeah,
it's funny because when we were playing that game, it came with that little adapter that goes to the top of the GBA, or if you had an SP, and it basically got rid of the link cables. Like they introduced the whole wireless, but you had to be within range. Like so, we had to make sure you're still trying to face each other, but
yeah,
it
dude.
wasn't
It
like
was
Wi-Fi
like
or anything. Yeah,
way worse than Bluetooth.
yeah, yeah. I mean, looking back, it was crazy because there's always that one kid that gets excited when the link cable's in, and then he runs off, and then the trade gets kind of aborted or whatever. And then we should be
Oh
like, dude,
yeah,
you got to wait for the trade to finish because he would get the trade first. Like he would get his little Graveler first or something, or his Haunter first, and then he would walk off because he's so happy. But you have to finish the cutscene for the other player to get their trade. Kids would always walk off. Link cable would get detached. This time, like now that they have
bro.
the thing, it was kind of like quicker. So that was like high technology back then, man. That little attachment. It was like
Top
be
tier
within
stuff,
15
man.
feet, 15 feet within the person. Just hella funny. Where's the last
Where's the
variants of the rest of the legendary birds though? We got Moltres and Zapdos. Oh,
we got
you're talking about
Articuno.
yeah, there was one. I forgot what the other typing
Yeah.
was.
The typing for Articunos was a flying and psychic type. So
Mm,
Moltres is flying and dark type in his new variation. Zapdos is flying and fighting type. It's basically a
yeah,
fucking ostrich.
I was gonna say, they really put like a ostrich, emu, giant rooster fighting thing in there.
Bro, that thing could take down the entirety of Australia for sure.
Loki. Yeah. Have they? I thought about that. Have they made an Australian one? They haven't made one yet. That's probably
No,
next.
dude, that's honestly one of the things
Yeah.
that have been talked about as like being the next stop because it would just work really well. I think that there's
Yeah.
so much ecological like variety to
Mm,
that area that it's like, dude, you could get 100 new Pokemon
yeah.
easy off of the fucking shit in Australia, bro.
One of the starters should be like a giant tarantula or something crazy. Because they
You
just be
already
having
know we're gonna
crazy
get
shit.
like a Kangaskhan variant
How to be a kangaroo. Yeah.
for it. That'll be an actual kangaroo, which would be
Well,
really
do you think
cool.
they'll make a kangaroo a starter? I wonder if they'll do that.
I doubt it,
No.
since it'll probably be a really good spot for like one of the new variant Pokemon that they've been doing.
Gotta be a fish
So
or
that
like a
like
dolphin too. Yeah.
how there's like a
Shark.
lull in muck and stuff like that, or
Oh
like
yeah, yeah.
whatever, So it'd be like
True.
whatever that region is with a Kangaskhan. Um, so I don't know. I think
It's
that if
interesting
we
because
get
whenever you find Kangaskhan, it's like Safari Zone, which means it was imported into the zone.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So like maybe they'll reference something like this is the original Kangaskhan that's in its actual own environment rather than within a safe space or whatever. So maybe they'll do
Well,
that.
I
It'll
think
be
they
like
did that with
hardcore.
another one of the Pokemon already.
Hmm.
That they did. I think it was Zigzagoon. Zigzagoon.
Yeah. Oh, true.
So
Obstagoon.
yeah,
True.
Obstagoon or the other Zigzagoon, the black and white version is
Hmm.
technically the original version, and the
The
one that we
original
got
raccoon.
in the old
It's crazy.
game is not the real Zigzagoon. It's like a variant.
It's
So
an import.
technically,
It's
yeah,
crazy.
dude,
That's crazy.
Pokemon's wild with that stuff, man.
Kangaskhan has to be in there, but I wonder if like the original would be like a fighting type or something funny, you know, with like
Another
bigger shoulder pads.
firefighting, bro. Another
Yeah, yeah.
firefighting.
It's gonna be one of those. The Zarude.
See the Zarude
You
in
know,
the game.
he
I don't know
might.
if we'll ever really
I
see
wonder.
Zarude since it's a mythical. Like they're gonna keep it the way that it is. It's not like we're ever gonna be able to find Zeraora in the wild or
Was
Zarude or Mew or Celebi.
is Zarude Z Dog? Is that the one?
Zarude is
No, I'm thinking of Zygarde.
the
Sorry,
yeah Zygarde. No,
yeah, Z
Zarude is
Dog.
the monkey one that they brought up with the
Yeah,
mythical and I think that was Sword and Shield. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's interesting because I remember they kind of went back to back because they also put I don't know if Ogerpon counts as like a monkey. It's more of like a is that a monkey? It's like more of a bear or something like a
Well, Ogerpon is
like
a supposed to be like an ogre, like
it's an
a
ogre. Yeah,
little mythical creature. He's not really technically based on any animal.
it's no animal. Okay,
So,
it's
yeah.
funny because I saw someone use it. I was watching a competitive live the other day. Someone who ran a I forgot the name of. I think it's Ting Lu, and then they had Ogerpon and Miraidon in their group. But like the
Of
way they're
course,
using
of
these
course.
combinations, and I was like, that's pretty good setup right there. Ting Lu was just like the front runner, obviously,
Hmm.
you know. And then Ogerpon, I was like, it's pretty good. Like it terrestrialized into fire type, which is pretty cool. But
Okay.
I didn't. I kind of missed that part of the game because like I was playing it, and then when that DLC stuff came out, I kind of stopped early because me and my friend we were just shiny hunting, and then we kind of waned off a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's what makes me wonder with the ZA stuff. I hope the DLCs come like because they gotta account for gamers that beat the game within a week or two, and then just have stuff kind of pile in slowly,
Right.
But we don't want that like long lag of like DLC content.
We're gonna
That's
get
my
it
thought.
probably. That's the problem. Is it
Yeah,
like it's either going to be like the other Legends game where when you get to the end, you just get some extra stuff that you unlock or whatever,
yeah,
or you're gonna have to wait for DLC. Like, unfortunately,
yeah,
DLC just doesn't come out as quickly as it used to. Like, they used to make
yeah,
DLC packs pretty small so that they could come out within the first few months of the game releasing or whatever.
yeah.
Nowadays, you're waiting through a whole circuit of that game just to get a DLC.
And
And
Pokemon's known to milk it too. That's the other thing.
they won't do DLC unless
Yeah.
they do like some sort of online connectivity. Like
Hmm.
that's a real thing. Like for a single player game, they have no real reason to do DLC. It
Right.
just won't sell the way they want it to. So unless it's some sort of like attachment that's going to add in new Pokemon, going to give you the ability to battle against other people or something along
Yeah.
those lines, it's just like why even do it? You know,
Yeah, I
just give
really
it
can't.
all to us in the main game, and we'll have fun with it, and we'll put it down whenever we feel like it. Which I don't know. It just depends on how big of a gap we're gonna have between this game and the next too, because
Yeah, that's the other thing.
we don't know shit about Generation 11 or whatever the fuck it is. 10. I don't know what we're on.
When did I'm trying to think. So when did Scarlet Violet come out? I feel like that was 21 or 22 or something like that.
2020.
2020 on the dot. Wow.
Yeah.
Was it really 2020? Late
Yeah.
2020. That's crazy to
No,
think
like
about.
early 2020. I
Damn.
think actually even late 2019, maybe early 2020. I can't remember if it
Yeah.
was sometime around December because I know that I got
It's
it
always like
right
winter, fall.
before.
Yeah.
Yeah, right before I was working at a ski resort down in California
Mm.
that ended up shutting down because of you know what. Um,
Yeah, it probably was then. It probably was pre.
yeah, it was like 2019. So it's been out for a while now, dude.
Damn, has it
It's
really
kind
been
of
that long?
crazy.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know. That's kind of
maybe.
interesting. Yeah.
Wait, Scarlet and Violet. Sword.
Yeah, if you're able to look it up, let me know.
I don't know. It
It
might have
does
been
feel,
Sword and
but
Shield that I'm thinking of
oh,
actually.
true, sort of, yeah. But it does feel like it was like out for hella long, and then like everything that in between was like Pokemon Sleep and just other apps, things
There
related
was
to it.
just one thing after the next, after the next. It was like
It's
we
like
got
filler
Sword and
almost.
Shield. We got what was it? The Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl games.
Hmm.
We got a couple other Pokemon games that came in around that same
You're
time.
right. There was a remake,
And
Shining
yeah,
Pearl.
yeah. And then we got Legends Arceus.
Yep.
Then we got all the DLC for Sword and Shield. And
Yep.
then we got Scarlet and Violet. So I guess Scarlet and Violet was probably 2021, 2022.
Yeah. I think it's when I
I
started
think.
using Discord the most. So I want to say 21 or 22. Could be wrong though. Because you're right though. I do remember playing Shining Pearl like out of nowhere.
Yeah, dude. It
You
really
know,
just dropped. It was like, okay, here's Shining Pearl. We're gonna make that, and then it was out. And you're like, what the fuck?
I didn't even beat the game. I got stuck mining like for all the ores. Like I was just in those little caves doing little
Oh,
runs. I was just mining the
that's
whole
funny.
time.
That's
I was like,
funny.
it's kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie. You know. But yeah, hey, I think I was telling you about this yesterday. I was playing the Beyblade X1 game.
Yeah.
Man, it's like no like for some reason Viper Tail's hella strong. You know what I mean? Like the dude on the 10th floor has a strong ass Viper Tail. I'm like, what's going on here? Like, how's this Viper Tail keeping up with the whale and all this stuff?
Bro,
But
it's
it's
just
the
that
game,
video game shit.
video game logic. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was kind of funny though. I was like,
Also,
wait a minute, that's kind of cool.
Scarlet and Violet came out November 18th, 2022.
2022. Okay, okay. That's
Yeah.
only 2.5 years. About 2.5. Not too bad. Yeah, and it's interesting because what was that one island that they added in Sword and Shield, like the whole extra stuff. Oh, the cat.
So the
Krigatito.
island that they added in,
It's like that extra stuff they added in Sword and Shield for the
yeah, the Isle of
Urshifu.
Armor.
Isle of Armor. There we go.
Yep, for
Yeah.
Urshifu, and then they added in the like mountainous area. I can't remember what the name of it was for
Mm.
Calyrex and
Oh
the
yeah.
two horses. And then
Yeah.
the legendary birds got brought back at that point too. The variants of them.
Mm.
Dude, they added a
Yeah.
lot of really cool stuff in with the DLC in that game that I
Sword and
feel
Shield did
like
alright.
was missing a bit in Scarlet and Violet. Like
Yeah.
Scarlet and Violet's DLC was good, but I think what you got the Paradox versions of Entei Suicune and
Oh right.
uh, I forget
Raikou.
the electric ones, Raikou. Yeah,
Mm.
so you got those paradoxes, and you got the paradoxes for the swords trio. Um,
Oh.
and I don't know, man. Those just didn't
Mm.
feel like they hit the same way.
Yeah. I think yeah. I didn't even download the Sword and Shield one, but just seeing all the stuff that like my brother was doing and like the fact that even the new cars that came with it, in that same era when all the new cars were dropping.
Yep.
that was a really interesting time. It was a really good time for cards and everything.
Hmm.
Scarlet Violet, maybe I don't know. Trying to remember. I think I just mainly miss doing raids with friends, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Raids and like shiny hunting in worlds. What is it? The shiny
Shiny hunting is
sash or
fun.
something? That's fun part. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that
Honestly,
part.
that's where I spent most of my time on in Scarlet and Violet is just shiny hunting.
Helping
Like,
people with the deck, finishing in the decks also. That was like
yeah,
really
just
fun.
going into other people's world and just walking around catching
Yeah,
Pokemon together is really cool.
but that's
I
crazy
wish
because
there
you
was
can
a
go into another
little bit
version
better
now.
features with it. Huh?
Oh no, you can go to another version now. You know what I mean? Like if your friend, like I had Violet, so if I went to my friends where they had Scarlet, I could just walk
Yep.
around their stuff, and that was just pretty cool. I was like, man, that's a game changer. I like that.
Yeah, it's even cooler if you go down into the underdepths because the one thing
Mm.
that will happen is if you're in someone else's game, you got Scarlet, they have Violet, the underdepths will populate with both Paradox Pokemon. So you'll get the future
Ah,
and past Paradox
yeah,
Pokemon in the same game.
yeah.
So
Forgot about the
that
rifts.
is
Yeah.
super cool. I love that they did that for sure. And then
In
the aspect in the DLC where you can take over your Pokemon.
mhm,
I thought that was really a lot of fun,
yeah.
just being able to walk around as your own Pokemon.
I think like
Yo, Roscoe,
let's go up more forms of
one more
Lycanroc.
form for Lycanroc. No, dude, I
Yeah,
don't need a
man.
fourth Lycanroc.
Was it like noon? They had the noon form,
They
and then
have
they
the
had like
midday
a
form, they got the
midday.
midnight form, and
Uh,
then yeah, what is
this is
it?
crazy.
Oh
What
god,
would be
dusk
next?
form.
Like
Dusk
what
form. That's the one they have.
what would be next though? Like after school form, right on 3 p.m. at the dot. Like what? You got to get the right
Nah,
form. You
it'd
know what I
probably
mean?
be like Eclipse form or something like
Eclipse
that.
form's kind of cool. Yeah, that'd be tight. Blood Moon, Lycanroc would be tight.
Yeah. I mean, we
Actually,
already
that'd be
got
crazy.
Blood Moon Ursaluna, dude. That's pretty
Right.
fire.
That one's pretty good. That one's pretty good.
Yeah.
Dawn form. I mean, yeah, a Dawn form would be nice.
Okay, Dawn form, I
No,
can agree. Yeah. But
yeah, I can
what
dig
would
that.
be the point though? Because like Dusk form is supposed to be like the culmination of the two forms that existed already. So if you
Yeah,
did a Dawn form, then it's like, what's gonna change about it?
yeah.
It's not gonna be a culmination of anything at that point. It would just be, I don't know, something else.
You know, the more I think about it, like looking back, that Ultra Sun and Moon era was like Ultra Sun and Moon and Black and White one and or excuse me, the second one, Black and White two. Those are kind of like pre DLC era. The more I think about it, you know,
They are, yes.
it's like let me just give you a second one with like pretty much the director's cut remastered version. That's kind of what it felt like.
Yeah, yeah. Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon kind of
Hmm.
really were more just like, let's
Like
add on,
extras.
make it a little better.
Yeah,
Black
it's
and
like you
White
know.
2 was cool though, because it was actually a continuation of the story
Hmm.
versus just being kind of like a slight
A whole rehash.
differentiation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Black and White 2 was like really. I always say that was the best game because the fact that that final area you can battle Metagross and Steelix in the wild and they're like level 60 something. That was
Oh yeah,
crazy to
for
me.
sure.
I was like, bro, this is the best training ground, and all I have to use is Earthquake and shit, just to train.
I mean,
That would be
now you
crazy.
can do that in the new games too. You can find like, well, I don't know if you can find full blown Metagross.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think they do that
Yeah,
anymore.
you're right.
They peaked
I
right
mean,
there.
technically, you can find like Duraludon and stuff in the new DLC of Scarlet and Violet, which is cool.
You said Emerald is
Emerald
still
is still
goaded.
goaded,
Yeah,
dude.
it's up there, man. I mean, I feel like that whole RSC like third gen. That's my favorite soundtrack, and it's just something about it. Kind of does speak to my childhood a bit. Like playing that game with my cousin next door. Like everybody had a cartridge in that era.
Yep.
Gold and silver was like an interesting era because like that was when kids were learning to be competitive, And then I had this, I think it was the Brain Boy. I don't know if you ever heard of that. The Brain Boy was like an attachment you put inside the thing, and then you put the cartridge inside the Brain Boy, and you would basically just alter like you can give Houndoom psychic. You know what I mean? Not the typing, but the
Uh,
move. And then like when you went on Stadium with your gold or silver version, it would be like a weird highlighted thing, like the psychic move would be highlighted in purple. Like you're not supposed to have this. You know what I mean?
right. Yeah.
So it was kind of funny like that. Like basically Blastoise can have flamethrower and shit like that. You could do
Dude,
all type of weird shit.
yes, I remember Battle Frontier. Battle Frontier was
Battle
my
Frontier.
shit, bro. Me and my
Yeah.
homies, I remember we would go over to my friend's house and just like all bring our DSs and hook up to Battle Frontier and just, run tournaments basically at his house.
Mhm.
Dude, that was a good time of life.
I might need a
That
DS
was some
ROM
fun
emulator
stuff, man.
because I want to stream some and record some games from the DS. Like I don't know if you've played Pokemon Conquest, but that was another one that like really stuck in my mind. It was like Final Fantasy Tactics with Pokemon and trainers.
Nah,
It was
dude, I've
ridiculous.
never been a tactics guy.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was really
Yeah.
good though because it was like I remember there was one mission where you had to battle. I think it was Infernape, and that motherfucker was hella strong on the battlefield. And like you know how Pokemon have different moves,
Yeah.
like their different moves would have different like panel. They can attack different distances of panel, and then like volumes of the shit. It was ridiculous. So Infernape was overpowered as usual,
Oh, of course.
and that was a good game though.
Pokemon Rangers game, dude. Yes. Did you ever play Pokemon Rangers?
I think I missed that one. I've only
Oh,
done like
dude.
Mystery Dungeon and like Pinball. Pinball was
Rangers
crazy
was
though.
interesting. It had a really like cool capture mechanic where you basically had to like sketch around the Pokemon and
Oh,
circle
that
it.
was the one. Yeah,
Yeah.
I heard about that.
Calm down, kitty.
You know what's funny? There's this other lady I follow on live. Shout out to Tropical Empress. Her cat, like you'll hear it in the background just scratching at the door. Like we'll just be sitting there like
Yo,
listening
what's
to
up,
her talk.
Mason?
What's up, Mason? And then just be scratching at the door, and it's like, what is that? And it's like, oh, that's the cat. That's Mister So and So. And I was like, it's just a
Oh yeah,
chunky
dude.
cat comes through.
Vegeta he's a real big baby. Whenever it's just
His
me
name's
and him
Vegeta.
home alone.
For that.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
tight.
Because of the little Majin mark on his forehead, dude.
Oh, true. He's remembering the days he was a
Technically,
warrior.
technically his first name is Majin, and then it's Majin Vegeta. But yeah.
Oh yeah.
But that's on his official paperwork. We just call him Veggie Boy,
Planet Vegeta.
Veg Head.
Yeah, that's hilarious. He does have the Majin mark. More, look at him. You have a dog?
I
Mason?
also have a dog. Where's my dog at? Mimi! Mimi! Come here. Come here, you little shit. Zoo. Mimi!
Oh yeah.
Mimi! Oh, gross.
This might be the first time I've seen the dog close up.
Yeah.
I've always seen it in the background.
This is what my wife's name thing is after. It's her dog, Miata.
Oh, okay. That's nice.
Yep.
Did you guys ever do a page for the pets or anything?
Not really. I think she did
Yeah.
a little bit for the dog and then just kind of like gave up on it.
I was gonna say yeah.
She is. Yes, she's very cute.
Mhm.
She needs a haircut though. Made me quit.
Is she one of those
Nasty.
like
Go down.
hyperallergenic ones where like they don't shed as much or?
Yeah, I mean, technically a little bit. She's like a Pomeranian Shih Tzu mix, so hers is like not really fur; it's more hair than anything. So,
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah.
yeah.
Nice. My one of my old classmates had this. They used to house it at this one house, and I don't remember the type of. I don't know if it was like Labradoodle or something, but
Ah,
it just didn't shed, and it was like not really an afro, but just really like a matted fro. That's what their fur was like, and I would pet it. I was like, you don't shed at all. 'Cause, some dogs you just shed them in the summer. The hair starts coming out.
yeah.
That was really cool. I guess like one of the sons at the house, and this is like a rich person's house. One of the sons had a some kind of allergy to dogs, so that was the first time I met a hyperallergenic fur kind of dog. It was really cool.
Yeah.
And it
I
had me
mean, it
thinking.
really comes down to like the type of fur that they have. Like, short,
Hmm.
coarse fur is going to be the least hypoallergenic. Long fur is fairly hypoallergenic, and then the type
Makes
that
sense.
you're talking about, which is like a poodle type breed.
Yeah.
My dog's freaking out.
Oh. Yeah, 11-year-old white lab. Shit. Oh yeah. I know
Mimi,
some Labrador shed a lot.
me. I know somebody's making noise downstairs. I don't know what it is. Somebody trying to bust in my house. What's going
Oh.
on?
So feel free to check it.
It's like, bro, don't make me pull it out. Don't make me.
Yeah.
Don't make me pull it out, bro. I'll pull out the hold launcher.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Hold on, where's where's my Glock? Where it at? Where it at?
Actual.
Dude,
Yeah.
don't make me run up on you.
Wait, so are they making new bay passes? I
Freeze.
just thought about that too.
What's up?
Are they making new bay passes? Is that, am I hearing that wrong? I don't know if I read something
I
wrong.
don't think there's anything about new bay passes. I think it's
Mm.
just the like if you get the um new feature for the app, you get sent a cover
Oh, the
piece.
paper. Yeah,
So
yeah.
hold on, let me show you. Mine actually came with two for some reason. I don't know why. What the heck? It is stuck on there right now.
Yeah.
See if I can even get this thing up.
Yeah, I guess because you guys be swapping it out. I've seen people make those fan made ones.
Yeah, I still
Pretty
need to
cool.
make one for. I have a design already made up for Blader Z. I just need to get
Hmm.
it printed out. I could do that any point now that we have a printer. So
Yeah.
there it goes. Look at that.
So it just comes out. That's weird.
Yeah, it came with two for some reason.
Huh. Do all of them come with two or just yours?
No, there's supposed to only be one.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I guess it's just a manufacturing thing. They
Yeah.
probably just have it go down a line or whatever, and they drop onto it, and then they seal it off afterwards. So it probably just dropped more than one.
I can't remember if it was you or someone else that was like asking on one of the videos, the Portland videos, where someone had the fake Bay Pass. You
Yeah,
saw that?
dude, that was me.
I was like, because I thought about it when I saw it too in person. I was looking at it like, wait, does that work? And I looked at it, I was like, nah, this is just some aesthetic, straight
It's a
aesthetic.
3D printed Baypass, bro.
Mm-hmm. Oh, HolloX said their Blader Z is their favorite character. Did a whole tribute video on them.
Hey,
That's
let's
what's up.
go.
There you go.
Dude, Blader Z is a sick character. Honestly, like I think he has some of the best development as a character in the entire show. And I mean, I've always been like the Z crew in all of my past channels and stuff like that. So
Mm-hmm.
I just kept the Z moniker. It just felt right, to keep it
Yeah.
passing on to Beyblade stuff that I'm doing now.
You think it just
And
lined up?
yeah, dude,
Everything
it
seems
just
to be
lined
lined
up
up this
really
year,
well.
man. Everything's lined up. The
Yeah,
Zero's
man.
coming out too. It's crazy.
Bro, the Z stuff's going crazy.
A lot of Z.
So the era of the Z, man.
Mm. Yeah, that's pretty good.
So shit, what the heck
Yeah,
did Neo?
it's funny because I don't watch the anime, but like seeing the actual clips and stuff, like of Blader Z. I think who is he battling? It might have been Z versus X or something. One of the clips I saw.
Yeah,
But yeah, Z has a good personality. I can see how he's a fan favorite.
yeah,
Pretty good.
dude. Him as an
Are you
actual
running?
character as well. It's
Are
cool.
you running the Z deck? Like, what do you? I just thought about that. Are you still gonna run that? What do you think?
I don't know exactly. I think I'm still gonna run something along that line.
Hmm. Oh,
Like
Hollow
I'll
X.
probably
Where
still run a Black Shell and uh,
Z versus Robin?
a Shelter Drake.
Hollow X.
Except
Where are you based out of? I just thought about that. I can't remember what you
Z
told me
vs
last time.
Robin was a good match actually for real. That match actually was nice. I was kind of a little bit mad that Robin lost that though, because the shit that he pulled off in that match was fucking wild.
Yeah. So Hollow, we're having a SakuraCon August. Oh, I'm sorry, I said August. Jeez, April 19th, I believe. Well, it's 18th, 19th, and 20th, but on the 19th we're having our Beyblade tournament. So obviously Blader Z is going to be Z, and then we have someone that's going to come in as X, probably Moors, and then Gameblade will be Y, which is funny. So we have all three of the Bladers represented
Dude,
on
that's if
SakuraCon.
Gameblade shows up, bro.
You know, it's funny. I was asking him. I was like, "Are you sure?" Because he said his teacher was going to hook him up with discounted passes. They're 130 now, but he said he's able to get it for 85. So we'll see.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, do we need a fundraise for you? Do we need to go fund me some $20 for you? Like, what do we gotta do? We can Venmo you.
Yo, bro,
You
let's
know,
figure it out. Come on.
Cash App you something.
Yeah.
You know. But Hollow, if you're in, I don't know if you're in Pacific Northwest, but if you can come through, man. I think you were telling me you were in Georgia though. I can't remember. There was someone that told me they were in Georgia. This one person that told me they were in Pennsylvania. Excuse me. So it's couple of bladers all over the place right now. I still want to go visit that East Coast scene at some point. Trying to figure a deck to run. You're in Georgia. Oh, I see what you're saying.
What was I gonna do? Oh yeah. That's what I was gonna do.
He said he's still trying to figure out a deck to run.
So the deck I want to run potentially will be a black shell on 960 Underneedle because it's got really cool like defense
Perform really
upper
well, yeah.
potential. You got the shelter on a 760 low rush, and then probably gonna break at the competition since it's got a little wiggle in it, you know.
Yeah.
But Aero Pegasus on 360 level.
Will they let you swap it out mid tournament?
Oh, if that shit breaks, I mean, I can swap it out, yeah, but I'll lose the match that I'm in.
Damn. You gonna risk it? I don't know.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna risk it, bro. What do you mean?
Not the arrow, but I get it.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's not like I spent $200, almost $300 on it. Like if I had done that, then yeah, I'd be fucking nope. It's got to go away. We got to put it away. But if I'm gonna break it, it might as well be at a tournament like that, you know?
Yeah.
So
that's crazy, man.
It'll be a great thumbnail if I break this at the tournament too. Let's be serious.
So I'm trying to think. There's something on the 12th. Do you remember what that is? It's like I think it's like the metal and something else.
Oh yeah, I gotta go out fighting, bro. Swing.
Metal and but there's something after it, right?
What is it?
There's like metal in the morning, and then there's something right after it. I don't know if it's X or something else. On the 12th, I don't know if you remember.
Oh, that's yeah. So it's metal fight, and then it's the Bad Bay competition on 12th.
Bad Bays. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I was gonna say yeah, I would try to save Arrow until SoccerCon.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
That's kind of crazy to think about.
It doesn't have. I don't have any other competitions coming up before then, so it's like
there's no other.
I'm not going to use it at the
casuals
Sunday events or whatever like that. I'll just keep it under locks until SoccerCon comes, and then I'll bust it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got a good rotation of whales and busters right now. My third though, that's probably Nightmail, but I might swap out Buster for something else. I might bring Wolf back in the mix.
I found a pretty good whale combo that I liked yesterday.
Mm-hmm. What'd you build?
So I was doing, what was it? Whale Wave 160 taper.
Oh, taper, yeah. That's pretty good.
You definitely have to get the lean really well on it. Like it's a very specific lean, like you were saying. But once you can get the lean on it, it's actually really good.
I do like and it was hard to explain, but I always say like when you're revving the bike, your wrist goes up.
Yeah.
Like towards you. Like that's usually what I do with well actually I'll usually do that with, if it's not taper, it'll be low flat on the 160 or the 180. And it's like an instant over finish usually, depending on where they land.
Yeah.
It's a really weird technique. On taper sounds interesting.
Yeah, dude. Whale Wave on taper is really good. Honestly, like
it has the attack like look to it, but then because of the shape, it can rebalance itself later on. So it comes down to how you want to shoot it, but
you can actually get overspins with it on taper as well, which is really nice. You just smack people's stamina down in the beginning and then just like restabilize for sure.
Whale and Buster are funny to me because right when they're like about to spin out and they're like on its last legs, it's still able to overfinish stuff, which cracked me up. It was just knocked into the low corner. I was like, damn, that's crazy. That's funny. I'll take it.
Bro, I actually just tested a build out with Phoenix Feather yesterday. It was what was it? I think it was 160 taper on Phoenix Feather. But it was doing similar things where it was just going right underneath the blade, and like it got two knockouts on Wizard Rod, and just like
it's funny, right?
Pretty easily.
Man. I might start running my Black Phoenix Feather because I have it just in waiting, but I pulled it out of the little Dronzer cup. But I don't know if I'm gonna put in the next one. We'll see. But I might take it out and use it. Thought about that.
I mean, it'd be good for
That
limited for sure.
that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, X limited. Just pull out Phoenix Feather.
Oh, sorry, it was
Um,
on low rush. That was the build, not
Low rush
taper.
for Phoenix.
Yeah, for Phoenix.
Phoenix, yeah. That sounds pretty
Yep.
cool. I haven't used Phoenix enough or Feather enough. I think I only use it in like testing when I open those packages. That's about it.
Yeah, I mean,
But
I've only used it a few times. I used it at limited last time, and it's already got some nice dings on it, you know. But
what is it
this thing
considered?
holds up really well. The color on it.
Is it considered an attack type?
I think it is, yeah,
Okay.
because it's just a retooling of what is it? Sword.
560 rush is decent. Okay. It's not
It's
bad.
literally just sword, bro.
Oh, it's sword, really?
Yeah, look at it.
I didn't think about that. Yeah.
It's literally just sword. But the only
Hold
difference
on.
is it's actually lighter than sword
Tropical
because,
Empress, what's going on? We
yo,
just
welcome
shouted you out.
in.
We just
Yeah.
shouted you out a while ago too.
So,
There's another cat in the live right now.
oh yeah, I gotta get my fucking kitty boy. Where you at? Where'd you go?
Yeah,
Not you,
there's a
Mimi.
cat in the chat. Damn, I'm getting like tongue tied. Cat in the chat.
Cat in the chat. Not the cat in the hat. The cat in the chat.
If it's
But
Dronzer, I might just bring it out, man. I might start using it.
oh, what I was saying is that it's actually lighter because this spot right here, where there would be a solid piece of plastic, is
Yeah.
just like basically an open hole. So
Interesting.
it does have better airflow, so it technically gets a faster spin rotation. But
Probably
that
more
faster spin
reliable.
rotation can be more reliable, but also like you're not going to
Yeah.
get as heavy a knockout hits on this blade as you are off of like sword.
Maybe I'll start running it. We'll see. I'm always trying to figure out my third. Like I'm really just I'm more sold on a Wailing
I'm
Gale
bringing
right now.
these next. These are coming to the next limited event.
Are these the painted ones? Oh no.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, man. You gotta
Spidey
chip them
and
up. I
Venom,
feel it.
bro.
Yeah, yeah. I think red
Because
still has my Venom, which is nice.
Venom, I
Excuse me.
think, is pretty similar to like it's basically right in between being like Dran Sword and Phoenix Feather when it comes to
Ah.
weight and like usability and stuff.
Mhm.
So it's fine with that. This actually has a higher weight than most bays in limited format, which is
Interesting.
interesting that nobody uses Spider-Man. Everybody hates on Spider-Man, bro.
Yeah. The fact that Spider-Man is heavy is
Thank you.
interesting.
Spider-Man is sick, bro.
Solid. Real solid.
The painting I did for it, I spent some time getting that webbing right, you know?
Hmm. I do remember you posting that. That's crazy.
Yeah, dude. Clear coat on it made it just look 10 times better. Like in the sunlight, you just see all the reflection on the blue.
Hmm. That's dope.
Yeah. So that one I'm planning on running potentially with the Venom, and I don't know what my third bay is going to be.
Oh, you love Spider-Man? Yeah.
I was thinking maybe
That's
running
dope.
Hell's Chain again.
I feel like the Chain is like one of the most reliable ones in limited. Chain and
It
also
really
Scythe.
is. But then
Chain, Scythe,
again,
and Shield.
this motherfucker still keeps throwing me off, dude.
Yeah. Wait, is it still banned? Like, what's going on with that?
No, it's still available. It's still
Still
up.
available? All right, there it is. I'm surprised. Well, the winning
So,
deck did have a Golem. Simon used Golem really
dude,
well.
it didn't just have Golem. It was Golem.
It was Golem, yeah. Golem and what else was he running? Sword. I was really proud that he used Sword.
All I know is that in that final match against him and Longinus, like he used Golem to win. The whole thing he was doing with Golem basically.
Man, and there was a lot of not that one, but the tournament after it when they had 6 rematches. I don't know if you saw that because I think you were in the back, but like dude, like it was finals, but it was deck format, right?
Yeah.
But then it ended up being Longinus and Simon right before the actual finals. And then you can say, like, do you want a rematch? And they just run it back. Let's try it again. Let's do it again. And they just
Yeah.
did it 6 times. Whatever. I don't remember what they were running though, but they really ran a rematch 6 times. And Longinus kind of went up like 4-1 or 5-1 or something. It was ridiculous.
Damn.
Yeah, it was really rough. 4-2. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. But
Heck
man.
yeah, dude. I also have a whole Halloween cosplay I did this last Halloween for Spider-Man.
Halloween theme. Yeah,
Got my Spidey suit in the closet.
I'm surprised by the Star Wars blades. I'm getting surprised by the performance of it at least. And some people are
Bro,
saying they're
I
making Luke work a little bit, which is funny.
I've made Luke work a little bit.
What
Luke
is
isn't
Luke's
as bad as
mold?
everybody says.
Supposed to be
It's just
shield, right?
night mail.
Yeah. Gonna say, or you we mail or shield?
Or
You
sorry,
want
yeah, shield.
shield? Yeah. That makes sense though, because Night Shield's been a good performer. I got to think about what I want to do. I literally ordered a Night Shield for this because I loved how everyone's Night Shield performed last limited. So I literally ordered one. I have spares, but I was like, I want to use a specific new one that isn't worn out.
So yeah, they're literally like the exact same.
Interesting.
I don't know what the hate is for it. Like I'm pretty sure the weight is maybe slightly lower.
Mm. I think people are just mad at Luke for some reason. Probably dark side people. You know how it goes.
Jurassic Park bays make me upset. We still have no dude.
There's no
Why?
Raptor.
Why didn't they put a freaking raptor, man?
Yeah. If they're gonna do like Mosasaurus and like the Spinosaurus, they gotta have Raptor.
They just went for big, like all the big sized
Yeah.
dinosaurs. You know,
You gotta do Raptor, Velociraptor. They gotta do that. What do you think the mold would be if you had to pick Hollow? There's a lot of ways you can go. It'd be cool if Raptor was like Drandagger, like the same.
raptor.
Uh, you know, for Shelter, yeah. That'd be cool. I could see that.
Just like two big raptor claws.
I could see
I
that.
mean, you
Yeah.
could also do like a Sting Pegasus mold probably as well.
True. Yeah. Dang, that'd be
But they'd
cool.
probably keep it Drake themed. Like they kind of did that with all the Beyblades. They kept the theme of the mold that they came from.
Right. Yeah.
So
Pretty good. It's funny. I pre-ordered all that stuff, and then it's actually been a really good week because I pre-ordered those things, like all the whale waves, like all the Hasbro, but pretty much all the Hasbro stuff, and then I ordered some more shit on I forgot what else I ordered from. I forget exactly. But then I took care of some payments. So I'm like, man, everything's out of the way. I can just focus on bays now a little bit.
bro,
You
2
know.
more days until CX releases.
So let's say we pre-ordered, right? Will that finally ship
Yeah.
out basically?
Yeah,
Okay.
that'll ship out in 2 more days. So
So are we gonna see stuff in SoccerCon? Just realized.
I hope so. I mean, the plan is to have that CX Stadium for SoccerCon,
Hey
the
man.
clear one.
Hey man. It's about to be crazy.
Bro,
It's about
if
to get
that
crazy.
comes by SoccerCon, I might just be running like a full CX deck.
Wait, what did you do?
Or like
Saruga or Bays and Bricks? I just realized.
I did Molotoys.
Mall okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, question about Mall because I ordered there once. Because my thing with Bays and Bricks, they always put it in a nice hefty box, especially if it's
Mhm.
like a stadium, right? So, do you think that you'll get it in a nice box? Because you saw the USPS thing, remember? Someone posted it. Someone
Yeah,
crushed their box
yeah.
up and folded it.
So, I mean, I think it comes in a nice hefty box, but I'm also not 100% sure. This is my first time ever ordering from them.
Okay.
But from what
Hopefully, they'll
I've
give you a nice
seen
box.
from the people that I follow on TikTok that kind of were the reason why I got into ordering from them in the first place,
Mhm.
it seems like everything comes in like correct from them. It doesn't seem like they have any
Okay.
real issues outside of the fact that they did dox people on their Instagram, I guess.
Yeah.
But like I think that already has been addressed and talked about within their community. So it's like, wherever.
I think they're
It's
really
over, it's
reliable
done.
on pre-orders, but I mean, it comes down if you want a cheaper price on Saruga and stuff. I know everyone has their preferences to kind of argue about
Yeah,
it, but
yeah. And I mean
it's all
Saruga, like
reliable.
you do get a cheaper price, but after I got my pre-order for the stadium set, I got a bunch of points through
Yep.
Molotoys, which means I got to put that back into getting the Xeno Excalibur blade.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah. Hell yeah.
that only cost me like $15 where it would have been like 30, 40, for the blade now.
I want to say RIP to there was someone in the comments section of this one video. There was a video basically speaking about Beyblade premiere last week, and someone in the comments goes, yeah, I had all of these points, and I also had two Golem rocks that were supposed to be in transit that I probably will never receive. And I'm like, damn, RIP to you. Hopefully you get some money
Uh,
back, something.
Yeah, CX drops Saturday, dude.
Saturday, yeah. This Saturday? Yeah, 2 days. Yeah.
Saturday. That's the
in 2 days. Wow.
day. I know,
That's gonna
dude.
be crazy. Imagine that. We're gonna be blading and then getting updates, pretty much.
Gonna be
It's crazy.
sick.
Yeah, it's
Well,
crazy.
I'll be, doing
Oh
my
yeah,
funeral
sorry.
stuff,
Yeah.
but no, it's all right. I forgot to.
Yeah. Damn. But yeah, I guess like because Baby Lift Premiere, I only have a few points on there. I don't even remember what I ordered a long time ago. And then yeah. Oh,
Oh, taking this mask off, bro. It's hurting my ears.
I've never seen one sitting and sleeping upright. They're always laying down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro.
That's. Oh wait. So are you getting grips? I mean pads. Sorry, pads for the grip. Oh my bad.
Oh, you good? Oh, that mask was killing me.
You get paid that day, and now you got to order some things now. So much for getting. Yeah. Monster Hunter Wilds, man. I need to get a Steam. I need to get just an account. I want a Steam Deck specifically, but there's nothing wrong with playing on the laptop because I do have a USB controller, so I might have to do that. I was talking to my friend last night about it. She was like, just use the fucking USB controller and just play Steam on the laptop. It'll be faster, and you can go live. I have the OBS, so yeah, I might do that. I've been missing out, man. I've been just watching everyone else a live stream. Might have to get on that.
Yeah, Moore's just made me kind of want to play that game. Not gonna lie.
See, I was gonna say, why were you getting pad grips for the? I'm sorry, were you getting pads for the Chimera grip?
Yeah, I got. I still have to get the money for it, dude.
Oh, okay.
My apartment that I got out of this past month, they're supposed to send us our deposit at like the beginning of the month, and it's literally now the end of the month. So I've been waiting on like $900 for fucking
just in back pay.
too long now, dude.
Yeah. It's funny because this morning I got I got my income tax this morning, which seemed kind of early, and then I was able to pay. I called some people and paid some things off that were like $1,000 worth or whatever. So I was like, man, I get to take care of this and just relax a bit. Let my hair down
that's
a bit,
another
kind
thing
of
I'm waiting on right now is income tax, but that should be by the 3rd, I believe, is what we were told.
Did you wait? Did you file it later instead of early?
Yeah, well, I had a weird tax situation for this past year since I'm now like self-employed, and I don't work through like any main company. I don't have the same tax thing that I used to, so I had to figure out how to file my taxes and get all the information from all the different jobs I worked over the last year. So it ended up being a little bit later for us, especially since we also had to factor in stuff with Ember. And having a kid just changes everything completely.
Right. Yeah. Damn, man. Yeah, it's been an interesting year. I think because I'm gonna be I've been out of work for like a month now, and then like I don't know, like let's say I do the tax next year because they gave me that like severance thing that was pretty much sick time and vacation time. I don't know how that's gonna look on the tax stuff for next year is what I'm saying. I don't know how that's gonna look because it was a large amount. I was like, dude, you cashed out everything. It's really nice.
I
But
don't think that's a cash deductible like thing. I don't think they technically can do anything about that since it's like
you think
supposed
it'll
to
cost me
be.
more? That's what I'm worried about.
I don't know if you even have to file it, is what I'm trying to say.
Cool.
Since it's like
Hopefully.
your extra time, it's not technically like a paycheck per se. If it was taxed by the federal government, then yes. I don't know if it is though. That's it comes down to what your paperwork says on it.
I feel like the amount they gave me was taxed, if that makes sense. So maybe that's already out the way. Hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, if it's taxed already and it's like basically set up like a normal paycheck, then it would be the same as you putting any other information from a job in as a W-4 type situation. But if it's not taxed, then hey, good on you. You just got some tax-free money.
Hopefully, yeah. I just realized you got the what is it? The Alchemist pocket watch.
Oh yeah.
I just realized that. Hell yeah. Does it open up too?
Yeah, of course it does.
Oh shit.
Don't forget, 3rd of October.
Damn.
That's the day, bro.
Mm,
Celebrate that every year with a whole marathon of Full Metal Alchemist. At least
yeah.
I try to, if I can remember.
October, yeah.
Sometimes it sneaks up on me, bro. I'm like, oh shit, it's already that day.
Hmm. That reminds me, I got this when I was in the Philippines. There was this anime store in this mall. There was hella stores actually in the mall, but this particular one had this One Piece watch. And like I'm like a casual fan of One Piece, but it was like I don't know how to explain it. You know how the same way your pocket watch kind of flips up, the watch
Mm-hmm.
had that too. So it was kind of like a compass, and then it flips up into a watch. It was
Mm,
like a little pirate, kind of like a pirate tool thing.
that's
It was
cool,
really
actually.
cool. Yeah, it was like this was like years ago. This was like 2012 when they had that. So I don't know. That was yeah, I gotta find it.
That's
Good
cool.
memorabilia. Yeah, I was gonna say in Full Metal Alchemist, man. Who was your favorite characters?
Sorry,
Def.
Hollow X says, how come we can't find FMA anime, but we can find Brotherhood?
Well, yeah.
Because Brotherhood is the actual story of Full Metal Alchemist,
Mm,
whereas FMA, which was owned by Funimation, and basically went off script after the Greed stuff because they didn't have any more material to work with at that point in time. Um, that kind of has just been pushed under the rug because at this point it's just not like relevant to the actual full story of Full Metal Alchemist. It's good.
yeah.
You can still find it places, but it's just not going to be on any streaming service or anything. Like they're going to just respect the actual like story, and that's why Brotherhood is always going to be pushed out.
To my understanding too, like from people that actually read the manga, they're saying Brotherhood damn near follows the whole thing to a T, like 90% at least
Yep. Oh
to a
yeah,
T.
it's one of the closest adaptations that we've ever gotten in an anime of any manga. I'd say
Mm.
like not many animes have done it that
A
well.
lot of stuff
You
has skipped
know?
over stuff too. Like they get it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like manga. You know, it's funny. I was telling my brother about this because I was like, in Yu Yu Hakusho, there's hella missions that he has to do while he's a ghost that they don't do episodes for. So if they do redo it, I don't know if they're gonna put it in there where I don't know if you remember there was like a chapter where they had Hachiko, like the little dog that was always waiting for his owner, and they're trying to give Hachiko some kind of like a what do you call like some peace of mind. Like yeah, your owners and they passed away. They already passed over. You don't have to worry about it anymore. I don't know if you remember that part of the manga, but like it was in Shonen Jump and stuff a while ago. But they skipped over all this like ghost mission stuff before, and they just let him get resurrected in like 5-10 episodes.
See, I can't say I didn't really ever read the manga on Yu Yu Hakusho, so
Hmm.
that's not something I have a lot of information on.
Yeah.
Um, but someone Hollis says Greed is your favorite character. Didn't know that.
Yep.
Yeah, Greed's sick. And then creator of FMA did make
Hero
Hero
Tales.
Tales, and I think is working on another story currently. Um, which I think just got adapted into a manga, but I don't know if we'll see it get adapted into an anime.
Brotherhood's
They're
such a
still doing
good
stuff,
story, and like it was such a good anime, man.
dude.
I think it's classic.
It literally got me into like esotericism and shit like that with
Oh
like
yeah,
all
they
the
covered a lot of
like
ground. Realized that.
they it got me
Hmm.
into so much shit, and I learned a lot of stuff from that show that I was like, yo, this is actually got some old world knowledge put into it. It may not have
Yeah.
anything to do with actual alchemy. It actually has more to do with hermeticism and stuff
Oh
like
yeah.
that than
Right.
anything. But it's still really cool. And like a lot of it also has to do with, anything about King Solomon.
A little bit.
So a lot of Full Metal Alchemist is about like King Solomon's texts and stuff like that. A lot
Yep.
of the
Yep.
symbols and everything are like pulled straight from it and like adapted from
Yeah.
the circles of Solomon and shit like that. So
They
dude,
went there.
it's
They really
it's
went,
cool.
and the fact that they covered everything from because like the story starts in what Germany pretty much, and then like or whatever they have a different name obviously, but it starts over there,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
it covers like over the border across the deserts, China, shit like that, and then the
Yep.
families. They covered a lot of shit, and then the Ishvalans and shit like that whole thing was crazy.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah, they really went there. Brotherhood's up there for me, man. It's like it's funny because like watching stuff like that, Hunter x Hunter, and more serious stuff. When like my niece and her kind of generation of kids will like recommend those casual ones, like those like slice of life stuff. I'm like, I'm not against it, but I'm like, man, I don't know. It's kind of hard to downgrade to this, but I get it. Like it's just
I
pretty
need
chill stuff
something
in the
I can
background.
bite my teeth into, bro.
And yeah, I need like it's almost like I'm just looking for purpose here. I need something to
Yeah,
inspire me
for
to
real.
some shit, right?
I know.
It's
I got
crazy.
sculpted a little too hard when I was a kid, apparently.
I mean, you got to think about everything we had back. Like the only slice of life thing that we had that wasn't really real was probably Tenchi Muyo or something. And like I looking back, I kind of hate Tenchi Muyo. I'm like, it was just like a horny dude around alien women. That's all it
Yeah,
was about. And I'm like, I don't.
yeah.
I'd rather watch Rurouni Kenshin. I'm waiting for that to come on. And even then,
Yeah,
I barely
we
kept
we
up.
really had some weird shit outside of that, like Bobobo,
Yeah.
and like Zatch Bell.
Well,
Like
Zatchville was pretty cool. I ain't gonna lie. That was a good
that's
time.
kind of where the more lighthearted shit was coming from back in the
Yeah.
day with our
There were that
stuff was just
that
some
was the ease
really
into
off
it.
the rails shit too.
hmm
Oh yeah,
I guess
dude,
like
Fire Force season 3, let's go. I cannot wait for
Fire
that.
Force.
Let's start connecting Soul Eater into Fire Force. I need those connections. I need it to link
Mm.
together
Soul Eater was a good one
fully.
too.
Bro,
I
Soul
remember
Eater was
watching Soul
sick.
Eater when I was going to school, like at Rent Tech. It was good times. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Um, no, but like that old Toonami shit, like it was all like purposeful shit. But it's funny because I guess with Zatch Bell, it was really it was lighthearted in the beginning, but I guess my friends who really finished the actual anime were like, it got really
Oh, it got
crazy and
dark.
dark.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
I was
got
like, I
real
didn't know that.
crazy.
Yeah, it's kind of wild. I mean, Hunter x Hunter has that feeling too. At least the 2011 one, because they said the original one was pretty dark, but the
Uh,
2011 one was like it's pretty lighthearted. It's just Hunter exams, and it just keeps getting darker, and it keeps getting worse, and it keeps getting worse.
I mean, the
You
thing
know?
about Zatch Bell is no matter how dark Zatch Bell gets, you still have the most ridiculous bullshit moments that happen in it. You're just like, whoa.
Little
They're
happy
having
moments.
a like life or death moment, and then a gag will happen, and you're like, okay, I guess
Yeah,
this wasn't that serious.
yeah. It's like if people couldn't handle Zashville, they would just go to Hamtaro in that
Yeah,
era. I remember
Hamtaro, bro.
Hamtaro, bro.
I had a
Hamtaro was the
hamster
shit
named
though.
Hamtaro, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, I was fucking with that. I was like, at first I was like, what is this shit? Because I was so used to watching DBZ. Like, man, what the fuck? And then I started watching. I was like, it's kind of fun. I get it. It's pretty good.
Oh,
Hamtaro was a good era. That was a really good era of time.
yeah, you know it was a good era. It's the fucking Metabots era or
Metabots,
the
man.
like Mega Man Battle
hmm
Network era.
That,
Those
yeah,
were
I remember
mm,
watching Metabots, and there was one other Monster Rancher. It was a Metabots Monster Rancher, and then
dude,
like
Monster Rancher.
yeah, Metabots Monster Rancher Digimon were all around that same era of time for me.
Yup.
Hamtaro, yep. You remember Hamtaro Hollow? Good times, man. So I'm gonna give you a random like memory and thought about Hamtaro. This is like a funny story. Well, I don't know if it's funny actually. This is like second grade, right? So I had the same teacher from first to second grade. She taught a spectrum class, which means like she teaches two different grades in the same room. So I had her in first grade, and then by second grade, she was preaching the same thing. She was like, over the summer, I want you guys to go to the libraries and do some reading before we come back to school. And like the thing was, my parents didn't let me leave the house because we lived in the hood, and it was like, listen, we're not gonna let you ride the bus. It's a little crazy out there. We're not letting you go unless you're with like your brother or someone else. My brother didn't give a fuck about like taking me to no library. So I'm like, well, I got to figure this out. So second grade, um, I one of my friends he lives like down the street from the library, and I was like, can I just like walk home uh after school one day with you, and then can you take me to the library so I can sign up for the little reading program? We go to the reading program thing. Mind you, like I was always catching a school bus. School bus would always drop me off to and from home. Um, and then I just didn't tell the bus driver that day that I was gonna walk home that day. I've never done that before. So I'm a second grader telling my friend, let's go hang out, go to the library, sign up for the reading stuff. I go to his house, and his mom literally tells me, you're gonna call home and let them know where you're at. I was like, nah, I won't. I I, I didn't know you're supposed to do that. I didn't know that was a protocol. You let your parents know where you're at.
Yeah.
So me and him were just playing at the house, like we're trying to build a fort on the fucking front, his like front porch. He lives in like an apartment that has a porch, like a duplex or whatever, like a quadplex or whatever. We're
Right,
over there
right.
building forts, and then we had like the little, the TVs where you have to turn the dial to like get the channels. We're turning on. We're bumping
Yep.
Hamtaro's like, oh, Hamtaro's on. Oh shit. We're like watching that shit for like half an hour, and then we're just like playing games and shit. And then I finally decide like I'm gonna call home. I was like, okay, I guess I should call home. It's like 5 p.m. now or some shit. I call home, and then like everyone at the house is freaking out, like, where are you? What's going on? I was like, what do you mean? It's like your mom was like waiting at the bus stop and she was crying because you weren't on the bus at all. They're wondering where you're at. I was like, I'm just over here at the house. I'm at my friend Malik's house. So then like my principal and my teacher came looking for me and shit. I don't know. It was like a whole thing where like I didn't know I did a bad thing. Basically, I just didn't had no idea. But I just wanted to go to his house and watch Hamtaro and like sign up for library shit. But it
And
was
they
kind of
thought your
weird because
ass
like
was missing.
I
They're
was
like, you got
missing. Yeah.
kidnapped.
And it's funny because my teacher was lecturing me. He's like, "Why would you do that?" And I was like, "Well, you told me to sign up at the library for the reading program in the summer, so I decided to walk with him." Because the thing is, if I catch the bus takes me away from the library location.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm just gonna walk. And so she kind of felt guilty, but she kept guilt tripping me for what I did. She's like, yeah, okay, but you got to call your mom, and I was like, oh well, all right. I didn't know the protocol. I mean, I don't know. It just threw me off. But I really thought about Hamtaro that day because I was like, we were just binge watching that shit, that and Toonami, that whole afternoon. And
That's
yeah,
dope.
they were right. They were like, yeah, you're supposed to call home. I was like, yeah, that's when I learned. You always call home.
Yep.
Learn the hard way.
Always call home.
Yeah. But Hamtaro, that was like that era. That was like 2002, 2003 for me. They went on for a while though. And it went to
Yeah, I
like
did.
what else was on in that time period? It was like Kenshin, and then that kind of went away. And then what else did they put on Toonami? I think Bleach started to come in later, like 04, 05.
Yeah. Dragon Ball Z was on at that time for sure.
DBZ stayed in rotation. Um,
Always. Probably
I think what else
GT
was
as well
there.
at that point.
GT did kind of come in. I remember buying those DVDs. Yeah. Hollow, you like Monster Rancher too? Monster Rancher and Hamtaro. Monster Rancher was crazy, and it's like I don't know if you ever finished the anime, but that's one of those ones where they kind of get into like a as much as they're fighting and training, they get into like a more spiritual reason for winning or in order to dominate evil or whatever. I don't know what the word is, but like happiness and friendship kind of thing is they kind of tap into that a little more, obviously.
Of course, of course.
Yeah. But it's cool because like he went through that wave where he goes back into the video game world and he meets back up with Mochi or something. Like after the first run. But yeah, it was good times. The Monster Rancher games were pretty good. I enjoyed them.
The games were a lot of fun.
Yeah. Did you play the GBA or the PlayStation one?
Game Boy.
Game Boy, yeah. That one was pretty fun. I missed that whole era. The more I think about it. Oh shit.
Yeah, dude, there's always something new.
Mhm.
Now it feels like when there's something new, it's like, okay, but it's already kind of been done before. You know?
Inuyasha, yeah. Inuyasha was another one.
Oh,
Says
yeah,
Hollow X. That was a good one. That was a good era. That was a good Adult Swim era, I would say.
yeah.
You know. Yeah. Z, my battery's gonna start dying in a second. Let me see real quick. And I'm about to walk to the library. Yeah, I'm gonna charge up over there. Work on some
All right.
edits. But you have any closing remarks? I will say before I close this out, we have Hollow X Bays in the chat. Anyone that's interested in Beyblades and like Beyblade footage of testing blades, being tested against each other and battles and stuff, follow Hollow X Bays. Also follow Blader Z on YouTube and TikTok. Empress was in here a while ago saying hi. Tropical Empress, follow them. If you're into tarot cards, Pele was in here. Shout out to Pele. Shout out to Mason Watkins. Shout out to Roscoe dropping in. There it is. Shout out to everyone that kind of came in. If you want more Beyblade content, tap in with Blader Z. Tap in with Hollow X Base, excuse me. Um, YouTube and TikTok. Do you have TikTok as well, Hollow? Do you have your links attached? If you have your links attached, let us know. And I want people to follow that page. Anyone here from the playback, anyone here that dropped in and out. Yeah, Z, any other closing remarks?
I don't know, bro. I think you pretty much nailed it. I think,
Yep.
I mean, keep, if you're in the Seattle-ish area, keep a lookout on the WBO for any events that I'm going to be throwing. We got to get some more Beyblade stuff going on for sure. If you're going to be around for SoccerCon, make sure you come stop by the SoccerCon tournament and catch me on Friday because I'll be out and about as Blader Z doing some random battles with people. So that'll be a lot of fun. So yeah, can be a part of that.
Mm-hmm. Also, Z is a certified WBO organizer now.
Yes,
we've been saying this
sir.
all week.
We
I think
official.
you're still working on the judge stuff. I think we were speaking about that earlier.
Yeah, working on the judge test still, but you know, I can still have my events and not have to be a judge, I guess.
Yeah, anyone in the Pacific Northwest scene or specifically Seattle, King County area, like we've been having a lot of events and meets just in general. So
Yep.
you'll catch us around. Like if it ain't one of us, you'll see someone else that's really in the community and tapped in. So these weeks have been really, I guess, somewhat busy, but it's been really packed with a lot of Beyblade stuff. So
It's been
it's really
fruitful.
good.
That's
Yeah.
how I would describe it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and anyone in the Georgia area, tap in with Hollow X. Anyone in that area, especially that part of southeast South, tap in with Hollow X. Trying to get them out to tournaments. I don't know where the closest tournaments are to you, Hollow. I don't know if they were in the Carolinas or somewhere else. Probably Sarasota. I know down in Florida, maybe. You might have to drive down there. I think that's what we spoke about last time, if I remember. But yeah, I was gonna say because we have shout out to the Bellingham Bladers because they travel 2 to 3 hours to come down to Seattle to Blade, and some of them travel 3 hours to go all the way around to Bremerton to Blade over there too. So if they can do it, you can do it as well. And yeah, I'll leave it at that. You got to spread the Blade gospel over here.
Heck yeah, dude.
You know, Florida. Okay. Well, all right, everyone. Thanks for everyone's tapping in. Anyone here from the playback? Anyone finding the content, scrolling through? It's been a great day. And everyone else have a great day as well. All right. Peace.
Yep. Peace.